I'm watching it live and it ain't happening like that.
You watching live? There we go.
I'm buffering right
Or
now, so
You're buffering? Okay, well, we're live now, so
yeah, I saw it.
we're up and running. You
there it goes.
got it? Y'all waving at each other? All right,
Boy, here we go.
here we go. So, the first episode of Vosh'ra Campaign. The Vosh'ra Campaign is actually a homebrew game that that I've started myself, and we have these fine gentlemen here. We're missing one, but hopefully he'll show up here later. He has to work. But um, what Vosh'ra is it's an island off the few days journey off the coast of Kalan, which is I guess the mainland. Um, our group of adventurers here are a group of guys who know each other, who have done jobs together. Each one of them has their own past. Um, and they happen to come across this a job at Vosh'ra. And they never heard of this place, but it pays very well, so they talked about it and got on the boat and traveled to Vosh'ra, and when they got there, the place is almost like a paradise. Golden shores, thick jungles, the bustling city with all kinds of different races, cultures. I mean, just everything you could think of, and their first job after exiting or after arriving there, they were all giving what they're called rundas. Rundas are kind of like a passport, I guess you could say, or a rite of passage to be on the island of Vosh'ra. It's almost like a necklace that the dockmaster, Ishkavash, she gave them all these rundas, and they're just gold. And they do notice that sometimes the necklaces on some people are silver. Um, um, at this point, some don't have necklaces, and those are basically the natives on the islands, or have earned their way to become natives of the island, or that's their home now, not just there for a job. Um, their first job was to take the um, goods, a cart of goods, to a salt mine that was uh, having difficulty in the having difficulty in the
Apologies.
past, having difficulty in the past of getting these. They paired up with a fellow employee of Vosh'ra, if you want to call it that, and along with him and these with these four adventures, they were able to thwart a band of, I guess, highway robbers, I guess you could say, um, and with consequences. They found out that these highway robbers were not who they seemed to be. They appeared to be some nasty creatures that live on the island itself, um, north on the northern side of the island, in the swamps. And these creatures have no mercy. They're very wild, somewhat intelligent. Basically, like think of it like kind of as a goblin, but just a little bit more intelligent, a little bit more dangerous. They are very adapt to the trees, and basically living in that environment for a long time. But attacks from them have not been seen or heard of in a very, very long time. And all of a sudden, they're showing up and killing and taking these goods, and that's what the adventurers knew about. So they were um, basically handpicked, knowing their fighting capabilities and magical prowess and these other attributes, that they would have the better chance of getting these goods to the salt mine. So, um, as they made their journey, they were ambushed. Um, kind of knew it was going to happen, but uh, these creatures came out. They stopped. This Avengers stopped it without almost any casualties on their end, but a few casualties. One casualty uh, with those creatures. Now, what came to pass is these creatures were actually in disguise, and these happened to be humans, elves, dwarves, different types, actually dressed up as and disguised as these creatures in order to fool uh, um, the local authorities, or to fool anybody thinking that it was these creatures, these feral creatures, that were actually doing it. But it wasn't. It was actually them trying to steal the scrolls of each one of these employees. The scrolls are very important. The scrolls that they have are, you can basically cast message through the scroll 3 times a day. But it's also where you find what your job is, and it's also the with the local bank that they have there. That's where your money goes, and you have to present your scroll to accept jobs, to accept just to get money. Your scroll is basically your basically everything that you can that you acquire in Vosh'ra, you can get from your scroll. So it gives you all your information. We've had a few. We had an incident. I'll say an incident when they were figuring out when they were figuring out their scrolls. We had one of our adventurers just like to draw smiley faces and send them off to everybody. So found out that he can only do that 3 times before. And he's the stealthy one. He was the one out in front, kind of giving everybody what's happening. So, smiley face, 3 times basically ruined, or not ruined, but it definitely was a good way of showing. Okay, there's not a full unlimited uses of these things. So, but the scrolls are once you deliver the goods or your job is ended. Your scroll tells you, here's what you did, it was successful, so forth. So scrolls are very important. So but back to the story, they delivered the goods. The band of robbers got arrested. They each one got 25 gold pieces apiece, and the dwarf that actually helped them, he was very smitten with a young lady that was part of the Miners Guild, and once they delivered the goods and spoke to the young lady who was in charge of the Miners Guild, all of a sudden, there was they went off. The adventurers went off, figure out how to get their money, and went kind of into the campfires where they're at now. That's by the salt mines. And while they were there, they were in the tavern and trying to remember everything that happened. A lot happened that day. Once they were in the tavern, there was an incident where there was someone at the bar that was talking very rudely to these guys, and they was I believe it was Oren. He
I apologize.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
For
Oren-
the hooligans.
Oren actually confronted this guy and helped defuse the situation. I believe it was Hadrian. You stepped in as well, didn't you?
Think so.
I think so. Yeah. So they kind of diffused the situation, and the gentleman was escorted out, and then after that, they found out. They went to go get the dwarf that was actually helping him, and then when they find out that the royal guard is already at Camp Pyre, where the band of robbers is arrested, and once they go back to get their dwarf friend, Bran, I believe it was Braun.
Rock.
So actually, anyway, he Brack Stoneman. So Brack, he is the dwarf that helped them, and Brack has tried many times to deliver these goods. So he finally succeeded with this group, and they went back to the Miners Guild to get Brack. So they had to go back to Goldwater Bay, is where they arrived in Vosh'ra. So at Goldwater is where their gold is, where the bank is, where, as we said, like an ATM is. So, but anyway, they go back and to the Miners Guild and find out that the young lady has been murdered, or she has died, and Brack is nowhere to be found. The major, his presence there, he's kind of like in charge of new arrivals in Vosh'ra, and most of the jobs go through him as far as approvals, and he's kind of the military presence, the police. He's the head of the royal guard for that area, but as they make their way to the Treasury House, is the name of the place, back in Goldwater, they find a tavern. It's kind of late, so they find a place to stay. And I believe the name of that place is that the Stunted Gnome? I believe it is. And as they're staying there, it's a very, very ritzy place. Wait a minute, I don't think it was a Stunted Gnome. I think it was something else. Do y'all remember the name of that?
Riddler's Inn.
Is that what it is? Riddler's Inn?
That's what I have written down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Riddler's Inn, and they they slyly Oren, which is also a centaur, he has now all of a sudden he is royal blood and he is a king of some land. So they played it off perfectly, and so now they got the king suite, which from what I know is pretty expensive. It's about 300 gold pieces a night, and
we don't have it.
Details. They do not have it, but they were able to acquire
Thanks
this
to a
room.
Chase Rewards Freedom card, we were able to charge that.
So
Put on the tab.
yeah, so basically that's what they started now as a tab, and as the night goes along, Hadrian met a young lady there and went off and had a nice evening with. And Hadrian, we're going to say you came back to the room, okay? And you found out that she has she was a little bit with the taxidermy on her wall and did bugs, their bug collection, and you just weren't kind of having it. Weren't kind of you weren't feeling it. You weren't feeling it. So you came back to the room, and then so we have Clement, we have Oren, we have Ip, and we have Hadrian back at the executive king suite, I guess you could say, and very nice. I mean, it's unbelievable. But and at this point, they're waiting for the morning. It's about midnight. They did in each one of their scrolls. They've got a summons from the major to, and it's their choice. I believe it was 30 gold a piece. Is that correct, gentlemen? To show up, or is it 35?
35.
35. So it's 35 gold pieces a piece if they would like to testify at the court martial of the robbers, because they were all soldiers of the Royal Army. So they're kind of in a conundrum right now whether they don't have to take it, but it's just another way of getting more gold at this new place that they're at. So the 35 gold pieces to speak at the trial of these robbers that were basically killing people for money and stealing their scrolls to get their gold. So now we have so it's about midnight. Haven't really decided what they want to do yet, and then there's a knock on the door. And at midnight, it's kind of strange. There's nobody. Look out the window. There's nobody outside. Maybe a couple of royal guard walking along the streets with torches, lanterns. Few patrons here and there at the taverns that you can see out the window and stuff of that nature. And the knock on the door is quite heavy. And as they open the door, a man covered in mud and almost vile smells. I believe that Ip, you were the one that opened the door, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So this gentleman knocks on the door and then rushes in, or Ip opens the door and he just barges in, slams the door, and grabs Ip. Please, I need your help. I need your help badly. And that's where we'll take it away. We will start the adventure now. Ip, you have this man in front of you, caked in hair, caked in mud, kind of long, kind of real stone, brawny face, fairly short compared to yourself. You would say maybe dwarven height. So he's kind of looking up at you and kind of shaking your shirt at your stomach. And what would you like to do?
I will spin him around and kind of get my arms underneath his armpits and kind of try to grapple him.
Okay. Roll for a grapple. Add your strength modifier.
Say 19.
19. He doesn't resist you. You grapple him, and he's still just kind of white. Please, I need your help. Can't you recognize me?
I will say, what is your name and what is your business?
It's me, Black.
I hear the name, and then I immediately go from like this defensive stance, and I just turn around and I like bro hug him, and
I'm sorry. We don't have time for this, guys.
What's going on? What happened?
She,
That
she was murdered. She was murdered.
yes, but what can we do? How can we make this right?
I thought I went in and I was talking to her. Then I just went outside and I came back and
Who did this?
She was already dead. She was already dead on the floor.
Who did this?
I don't know. I was gonna ask y'all. Did y'all see anything? The royal guard's after me, and I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I swear to you, I didn't do it. And y'all can all hear this.
Hey,
It's not like
what's all this blubbering at the door? We're trying to sleep.
We have company.
Adrian.
Black is here. He says that he is being chased. They think that he murdered his sweetie, the one that he was trying to flirt with.
So I can hear this, right?
Oh yeah, you can all hear this.
Can I tell that he's kind of actually telling the truth, or is he just pulling stuff out of his
Roll an insight. Roll an insight.
inside?
Was that her name? Gwen?
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Gwenna? Yeah, Gwenna Gutman. Natural 20.
Yeah.
Ooh.
First roll with these new
All
dice,
right,
yes.
So I would say that he's not saying everything, but he's not telling you the whole truth. You know that for a fact, but he is telling the truth. The what he's saying to you is the truth.
Okay.
But you can tell
Hey,
he's
Gordon,
not. He's not telling you everything.
Just to jump in real quick, the
Yeah.
stream is still set to 1440p, so that's why I'm buffering so much, and it won't downgrade.
14.4 DP.
1440, not like 1080 or anything. It's pretty high resolution, and you can't
Oh, it's at
change it.
2540.
Yeah,
Oh, it does? Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. Can y'all even? Oh, geez, I don't think they can even hear you. Give me 1 sec here. Oh, there you go. Yeah, they can hear you. Say that again. There we go. So, all right, let me do this because this is all kind of new. I got to remember to do all this stuff. So, all right, there we go. And I got some music playing. Bear with us, guys. This is like this. We're just getting this done. I got a stream deck over here. I'm just figuring out. So
You're not doing everything perfect your first time
yeah,
through.
exactly. So
Get out of here.
So I'm hoping everybody, if y'all can hear the music in the chat, go ahead and say yes or no. So
I wouldn't know. I'm buffering.
not you. I'm talking about the people watching.
No.
Send your requests in for your favorite songs.
There you go. Okay, so gentlemen, what do y'all like to do?
Brack, you seem kind of, on edge there. I've eaten quite a few of these. Call them cigars. Yeah, you might need a couple. Just to wind down.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's no problem. Please, yeah. I need. Can I at least take? Is there a bath? Is there a bath that I can at least do that?
We don't have a room, but I mean,
You're in a room. You're in the king suite.
Yeah, we're
No, I
in
mean
the
we
suite.
don't have a separate. Or do we? Do we have
Do
a
we?
separate room for
Do we have a separate?
bathing and?
I'll say yes. You have a separate room for each one of y'all. Yeah,
Well, let me call downstairs.
with a
and have
separate
them,
bath.
allow me to call
Alright, actually-
downstairs and have them fill the tub for you. Greg.
Don't tell him I'm here. I don't.
Probably not the best idea to send anyone downstairs since he's a currently wanted figure in local politics right now. Brack, you don't have any money on you, do you?
Money. Just what I have in the treasury house. That's what I got. That's what I got.
Oh, wonderful. How short were we on the room, guys? It was like 30 gold pieces that we were short.
I don't have much.
Something like that.
Oh, well, it's quite a fortunate occurrence that you've come here, Brack. Oh, yeah, and it's nice to see you again. I guess you can go wash off if you want, since I am the king of this room.
Oh, yeah, that'd be... What? The king of the room? What are you talking
Oh,
about?
yeah. My noble heritage came out to light, so everyone's been treating me differently.
Yeah,
I gotta hear this story, but yeah, maybe later. But can I just go to the bathroom real quick? I promise I'll be right back.
Cross your heart?
We will be here when you return.
All right, so you see him kind of stroll off. He's very, very quickly strolls off. So he goes just to the nearest room, and then you hear him rustling. You hear water splashing. Apparently, there's already water in a tub or something like that. So you see him, or you just hear him basically cleaning himself, which gives y'all time alone.
Probably should keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't go anywhere, considering he's a wanted suspect. But I do believe he's telling the truth about the murder. Huh.
You do not believe Brack when he says he did not do this?
No, I believe him. He's definitely telling the truth. It's just that getting in trouble with the local authorities is probably the most of our concerns right now.
I'm slightly concerned myself as to how he found us here. We don't necessarily scream a royal room, per se.
I would think that he was a stowaway with us on the cart at Oran Road. That was my first inclination. But I don't know.
We can ask him when he comes out. Eventually, I don't know how long it takes for dwarves to bathe. A lot of hair. But anyways, we should probably start thinking about what we're going to do about this little predicament that we've got ourselves into. And he just kind of picks up and eats another cigar.
There is nothing that we can solve this night with Brack. We should probably just try to calm him down, and we can rest and go testify in the morning, and then come back and try to figure things out from there. What do you think?
Yeah. What do you think, Adrian? Does that sound like a pretty swell plan for you?
Sounds good to me. My choices this evening haven't been top notch for sure.
She was kind of ugly, man.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
I'm seeing a pattern for him here with me, and I'm not like it.
That might be something in your character that you might want to change. I just pat him on the back.
Go to a town with better looking women.
The important issues are all addressed. Hadrian's taste in women and the obvious elephant dwarf in the room. I'm gonna go check on him real quick. No. Knock on the door. Hey, Brack, you haven't escaped the room yet, have you?
No, I'm right here, guys. Just cleaning up a little bit. I mean, you can hear the splashing, and you saw what he looked like. I mean, you can probably guess that water is going to be pretty foul whenever he's done. So,
and he said,
like a hangover. What the hell? Looks like the bathrooms of the Hangover movie. So after their party, so you're like, oh boy, this could be bad. So, but yeah, he's basically, you can hear him rustling in the water, and he goes, yeah, I'll be out in about 5 minutes, almost done.
Well, yeah, but while you're predisposed, do you have any suggestions for about how we go about this, proving your innocence and whatnot?
Hey, well, let me see here.
We have 5 minutes to
Like,
ponder just in case you don't have any readily available.
well, like I told you, I was speaking to Gwenna, and then I had to go outside to, you know, do what your nature does to you. You got to do certain things.
You pooped.
What?
Poop joke count 10?
You pooped.
Yeah, pooped. Yes.
The poop deck.
Yeah. Maybe I spent too much time out there. I guess I don't know. But when I came back, she was on the floor bleeding and not moving. And then I heard the guards coming. And I know that they knew that I was with her. And luckily, at night, I was able to stay on y'all's heels because I saw y'all leaving. And asking around, you see the centaur running around here. I mean, it's not, wasn't too difficult for them to tell me y'all were here. So
I do stand out pretty well. It's my figure, for sure.
I do, definitely. Definitely a beautiful creature.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate the compliment.
Now, I don't know about any of y'all, but this, I didn't see nothing. I didn't hear nothing. I mean, did y'all see anything weird? I mean, where did y'all go after you talked to Gwenna?
We went and Nate, didn't we? Yeah. Went to that one place.
That's when y'all went
Nice
to the
lady.
tavern. Yeah.
The salty dog.
The salty dog. That's right.
Salty dog. Yeah, I got into a fight. Well, not really. I swung at him and I missed, and then a very much bigger person than I am picked him up and carried him away.
No. Well,
yeah. But yeah, other than that, nothing much.
And what about at this time? He's already gotten out of the tub and opened the door, and he's addressing each one of you. And now that you can see him, I mean, you can kind of see that there's fresh cuts on his arms. He basically just has just regular clothes on him. None of his. You don't see any of his weapons. You don't see his armor. Nothing like that. It's just him and his clothes. Then he goes, basically, any one of y'all see something strange at all?
Saw Hadrian hit on a woman.
That's strange.
She had a very, very well organized, extensive bug. I believe it was moths collection.
Oh no, I was talking about the one that kicked your ass. Didn't you get like
I don't.
Yeah, I was trying to do the same thing. That's probably not most prevalent to our current conversation. I apologize. Yeah, it must be quite embarrassing for you, Hadrian, too.
We see weird stuff all the time, but I don't think anything pertaining to your particular situation.
I will say that the Major Tyson, he was
there.
He was concerned for your life as well. It was not a manhunt, from what I gathered. I could have been wrong.
You also did.
Where are your scrolls at?
Oh, it's right here and reach the side and.
I just open them up. Open up quickly. Open them up.
Behind my back, and I just pull it out from nowhere.
Open.
Same here.
There's a new entry on it. Wanted for questioning on death of Gwenna Gutman. Brack Stoneman. Considered armed and dangerous. Contact authorities if you see him.
How much is the reward?
300 gold pieces.
That's enough for the room.
That happens to be what we owe on this here room.
Whoa. Wait, what?
Oh, don't worry, we're
Guys,
cool.
I did not do this. I swear to you, I did not do this.
I doubt you did. But by the way, I'm sorry for your loss. You seemed pretty close to that lady, and she definitely did not deserve to, die.
She was my fiance.
Brack, we believe you, but if you are going to see this through, we need to know everything. If we're going to help you with this, we need to know everything, even if it might seem bad. We need to know the truth. So anything that you are holding back, we need to know now.
Yeah, we don't need to find out later, Brack.
The only thing that I know about is see here. Let me think back. What do we got here? We had the robbers. I wonder if one of the ones that got away. I wonder if they actually did this. I wonder if they trying to cover their tracks. But I don't know why they would hurt Gwenna. That was like
They were all
something
captured.
else going on here. Yes, they were all captured. Were they all captured? Open up your. Let me see your scrolls real quick. You notice that he doesn't have his scroll on him as well. That's why I kind of keeps asking.
I'll pass him my scroll just to hang on to.
He looks at it and goes, "Okay, let's see here. Okay, oh yeah." And then if you're looking up over his shoulder, excuse me, you see that there is a list of names on the. Let me bring it up here. With the summons, and it basically says trial of the squad. That it's a court martial. Judge Von Ream will be the presiding judge. And then it shows the perpetrators as being Staff Sergeant Trent Gill, Private Dolores Umbridge, says deceased, Private Ren Jushviker, Private Edith Rambleshot, Private Wilhelm Durst, which y'all actually met Wilhelm. He was the one that helped help the others get up, help heal them up. And Private Varn Hagby. And it does show that they're still missing Private Gordy Famel, Private Gwitty Corbin, and Private Yana Olina.
What about the ones that did not have a runda? The one that I carried.
Oh, that one was that wasn't the killed one, right? By the way, let me give you a quick recap. Hadrian, thinking this was a creature of vileness and a monster of such, decapitated one of them, and then found out that it was actually a human that was, or actually a half elf that was underneath the mask. So, or underneath the. So that was you can basically much tell that was the deceased one, was the Dolores Umbridge one. So, I don't think y'all were given which one. Y'all didn't know the names of. I think you only knew about Wilhelm, So you're not really sure which one of those was actually the one that you carried. So
Okay. Well, I was just thinking, one of them didn't have a runda, and I was thinking that if they were in the service, they would have the runda and the scroll. But if it's not a big thing, then I'll just not pay attention to it.
right, you wouldn't know what their name was at the time. So
Okay.
they didn't give any of this out. You only heard about Wilhelm, which is the one that came out of the forest and then helped the others stabilize the others.
Right,
So.
right.
So I mean, perhaps it was Gordy Famel. I know him. He wouldn't have the gall to do that though. But Quiddy, she's pretty slick. She's pretty sly. She's the one that we use for the stealth, or they use for the stealthy stuff. I mean, she was always really good, but now Yana, I don't know Yana. She must have been new. She must have been new to this whole thing, but I think we should concentrate on them three and see if we can help maybe find one of them. But they can't know that I'm here. They can't know that I'm
Right.
So I would I don't know, maybe if you talk to the major at the trial, y'all going to the trial? Are you going to help out, or?
I guess we are now.
I mean, you
I
don't
think we
have
actually were, yeah.
You don't. I mean,
the
there's too many witnesses. Y'all don't have to do this, but I mean, it looks like you're here. You have 35 gold. That's that's like 2 jobs for most of the people out here. So they must really want to. They must really want to get on these guys. So.
Right, real quick. You what was that last new girl's name? Johanna?
Yana, yeah, Yana Alina. Yeah, I'll send that to you here in a bit.
You said that the actions of the soldiers that we captured were really out of character for them. You did seem quite surprised. Would you think that this Yana would have any influence over Top since you never met her?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, like I said, Gordy, he doesn't have I don't think he has even the IQ to do anything like that. He's pretty much just a grunt, Like I said, Quiddy, she was pretty smart but she was not a leader, So I don't think she'd ever even think about that. She was just like another drone. But as for this Yana girl, I don't know her. I don't know her at all. So
she's our
she could possibly be a good suspect for that. Yeah.
Does our Runda say what time the trial will be?
Your scroll says, yeah. It's basically at.
Oh yeah, scroll says.
It's like 8 o'clock in the morning, so that's why y'all had to hurry back.
Okay. Since that's going to be first thing in the morning, we probably should start counting how much gold we have among ourselves to pay this wonderful establishment for our wait here. I have 40 gold to my name. Brack, could you cough up any gold? We kind of need some.
I don't have my stuff with me. I don't have my. Maybe if we could. I mean, I got that. I got a lot of. Been here 5 years. I'm out the door.
Yeah.
So, I can cover that, but I mean.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't really have much. I have 4 gold on me at the moment.
What?
How'd
you lose so much gold?
You had 25. Did you already spend it?
Well,
That's not for me to know. I don't even. Sorry. That's not for me to know at all. So if you just want to, if that's going to call it a night, guys, I'll just sleep over here on the couch. I mean, if you don't mind.
Oh, that was. Yeah. You know what? Take it. You can have it.
Thank you. I'm exhausted. Trying to keep up with y'all on those horses. I mean, it's just, oh, it's been a day. It's been a day. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Well, I'll try. I might shave all this off just so I can get out there and see if y'all are gonna go to the trial. I'm gonna go out there and see if I can find out some stuff too about this Yana girl.
Just lay low. I mean,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
lower. You are pretty short.
That's funny joke. Funny joke. All right.
Oh, I was no. Yes, it was a joke.
Yes. Thank you. All right. Well, good night, and I snore. So I apologize now. And he heads off and does this thing. So.
Ip has an extra quarterstaff that came along, and I'll take it out and hand it to him because he's say if you need to protect yourself or to look aged and disguise yourself, here is my extra staff. You can have.
All right, and he comes up, he takes it and kind of puts it in his hand, kind of weighs it, and it's nice balance. And you see him just kind of plays with it a little bit, and you can tell, especially Ip, that the way he handles it, he can handle it. So he says, "Thank you very much. This will definitely help out. Thank you." And he
I have a short bow and a few arrows if you need them too.
Oh no, that'll be fine. I don't want to, act like we don't have a lot to wear here, so it's, might be a staff, walking down the road instead of, quarter staff to knock somebody's head off. So. But yeah, thank you. Thank you.
No problem. I'll never use it.
Well, good night, guys. So.
I would like to go over in a corner and take out the metal washer that I have and put it on the ground and take Vosh'ra, my clockwork goldfish, out and just set it down. And as I watch the movement, it kind of puts me in a state of meditation. I want to meditate so that I can get rid of that. I have one Shah left. I'd like to get rid of it. And then I'll go to sleep too.
All right. If after meditation, one of your Shah dice can actually be taken off. So
I'll take a watch.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. If you need me to watch something too, I will volunteer. I'm gonna go over here and flop on the bed, and I'll go and proceed to flop on the bed and kind of like poke my golden eyes like, are you getting all this? Really mess this one up. Hopefully I don't die in the morning.
Yeah,
Take care.
Clement, he's like, okay, guys, I'm just going to go to bed. It's been a very long day, and I am spent.
Oh God, Clement, I forgot you were even there. Stop being such a stranger.
Well, I was just listening. You know how cool I like to play it. So.
Yeah, you are pretty cool. Probably like the coolest one out of all of us. Besides Brack, now that he's here. Oh, speaking of which.
All right. So who's going to be doing the, it's about, we'll say it's 1 o'clock. So you get the first watch, Hadrian. And remember where you're at. You're actually in Goldwater. You're in the top floor of a very nice hotel. So maybe a watch isn't necessary, but if you want to, you can.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Can I attempt to sleep, but with a heightened state of awareness? Like, you know what I mean? Like, can I do like a roll for perception or or something like that to see if I
Well,
can
yeah,
kind
of course, yeah, we do,
of see
yeah,
light.
yeah. You
You'll
roll for
get past
perception. Always roll for perception if you want to stay up. Yeah, so go ahead and do that. But I would say not like a heightened state of awareness. I think that's more of a feat type deal.
5. I'm gonna pass out. Just
So you roll the 5. Okay. You felt like, okay, Adrian, you're a fighter. You're gonna stay up. You're stretching your legs. But you sit on your bed and you just conk out. All right, so who's gonna take the next one if anybody wanted to? Are you meditating? You're just meditating, right? Yep. Or are you human? Are you human?
I'm half elf.
Oh, half elf. Okay, so
Yeah, half elf. Half elf.
is that a meditation or is that you have to sleep? Which one?
I think that's sleep. I think it's elves that have to. Like,
Is it just elves that sleep? Okay. So
Yeah. So I will go and put my back to the door,
okay,
and I will sleep. But if they come in the room to the door, they will have to push me out of the way.
okay. And Orin, you're out, Your Highness.
Yeah, I'm sleeping until someone wakes me up for
Okay.
next watch.
Clement, I believe Clement has to sleep, so we'll say Clement will take over with that 3-hour gap. And he rolls a 7 for perception. Okay, so Clement doesn't hear anything. He seems safe. And who's taking the third watch, if at all?
If someone wakes me up, I'll take it.
Okay. You hear Clement kind of knock on your room. Excuse me, Your Highness. It is time to. It's your turn. I'm tired. Nothing is going on. I haven't heard anything. Everything's fine.
Good, wonderful. What are we watching?
I was watching the windows. I was making sure that it's all quiet. It's very loud in there. By the way, Brack snores like he's sawing logs.
Oh,
So,
all right. I will get to watching the windows.
okay. Good night, my friend.
Good night. And I'll go watch the windows.
Okay. Just do a perception for me.
All right. 18 plus 2, 20.
Okay. This time you can kind of hear things happening outside. I would say it's about 5 o'clock in the morning about this time. You'll start hearing more rustling outside. So you kind of get up and clop over to the window just to take a peek. You can start seeing, like normal, you see the royal guard kind of walking around, but you see this a little more of just normal patrons, with their windows on, you figure they're just doing jobs, right? At the corner of one of the buildings, you see, oh man, you don't recognize this person, but you're kind of leaning up against the wall at the corner. You can kind of see right underneath their cloak. You can see their light kind of passing their face, and it looks like the guy at the bar at the Salty Dog.
Hey.
And he looks up, and you see him. He doesn't seem to notice that you're looking at him, but you can definitely tell that he's looking up at that window or in that direction, just kind of You're about on the 5th floor, so it's not like say it's kind of easy to see that because he's not moving. He's not looking around. He's looking straight up at this building, looking around.
Can I open the window?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I'll open the window and yell at him.
You see him quickly snap his head up,
Hey!
and you see him go around the corner and leave.
Yeah, coward. I'll kick your butt later. You were quite rude. Oh, jerk. I'll close the window. Hopefully I didn't wake up Brack with all my shouting.
Brack still sawing logs, man.
Oh, wonderful.
So, morning comes. You all wake up. It's the beginning of a new day. I'll say it's about 7 o'clock in the morning. You hear a knock at the door. Breakfast, Your Highness? Breakfast?
I'll quickly go. Ib, can you get the door for me in a minute? I'll just kick Brack.
Brack.
Wake up.
What?
You, closet.
Breakfast?
Closet.
Can I get some breakfast? Oh, okay. Can you
Later.
bring me some breakfast? Okay. He rushes over to the closet.
I will wait till he gets there, and I will open the door, and I will just barely crack the door, and I'll peek out with one eye, and I will say, "What is the password?"
Hadrian, do a perception check for me.
I'm a little more awake. I got a 6.
A 6. Okay. You can't hear the response, but it's the young lady that Hadrian took out for a nice evening the other night, the night before, and she's holding.
I sense a disturbance in the force.
He goes, yes, Mr. We have, and you look
Sir,
behind her, and it's like
Stillwater.
Stillwater.
I'm a
Yes.
knight, Sir Stillwater.
Oh, Sir Stillwater. I apologize. Thank you. And you look behind her, dude. There's like all kinds of fruits and vegetables and fresh eggs steaming up. I mean, it's a feast for a king. This is complimentary for our royal suite that we have here, and I don't know a password. I'm sorry. Did I miss something? Do I need to go speak to the manager or?
I see the food and I swing the door open and say, "Come in, come in."
And she kind of looks at you and says thank you, but she kind of rushes past you a little bit, kind of anxious to get into the room.
Snag a egg.
Oh yeah, definitely. You just start seeing the all the trays kind of rolling in with the servers behind them, and they all kind of come in and then let the trays go, and then they leave. So
my humble retainer, Ib, did they know the password?
Does not matter. There was food.
Oh well, you're now promoted. You are now my royal taste tester. Good at it. Is he dead?
Constitution saving throw.
They do a. She is kind of wondering. She kind of asks, "So, is Hadrian around at all? Did he come back last night? He left a little abruptly after
He came back, but however,
Yes,
I found his actions in distaste of one of my royal members of the guard. I'll have to deal with him abruptly. Hadrian,
I I will go over and I will just jerk the covers and hope that he has underpants on.
When you pull the covers off, you see I have both my swords across my chest, crossed, ready to strike. And you pull the curtains back, and I kind of do like the teenager. I go, oh, it's a little longer. Late night.
So, Adrian, you hear this young lady speaking to Ip about a familiar voice.
Ooh, Adrian has a girlfriend.
Well, if he's still asleep, Your Highness, I mean, I'll come back later. He seemed like he was very tired.
He may not be back when he comes.
Oh.
He may not be here when you come back.
Yeah, I'm asleep. Don't tell me.
Punishment for such an action is.
What are you trying to say, Adrian?
I'm not saying anything.
Might be sleeping for a long time, but you're welcome to come back and keep him if you wish.
Ah, okay. Thank you. Just give a message for me and just to let him know that if I look forward to seeing him, maybe while he's here. I mean, he said for a year you'll have a contract for a year, but I mean that's. I'll be here. If you want. So I mean, anyway, enjoy your breakfast and Hadrian. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave. And thank you, Your Highness, and Mr. Stillwater and Clement.
Sir Stillwater, I'm a knight.
Sir Stillwater, yes, I apologize, Your Highness. I apologize. She's just slowly backing away into the, and then she opens the door. Thank you, Your Highness, and okay, bye, and then slams the door and walks off.
Yep, takes out Vatsa, the goldfish, and listens intently because it's like a Calvin and Hobbes type thing. Oh, he was pretending. That's what it happened. Okay, thank you for letting me know.
Yes, yeah. You'll catch on eventually. It's okay. See, I didn't like the girl, so I didn't want her to come talk to me. So I pretended.
That is very tricky. You have high deception, yes.
That or she has very, very poor perception herself, but that's okay. One or the other.
I do not recall the woman having glasses on, but I was not paying attention to that features. Whenever I have to enact my royal self, I look into the air. My chin is remarkably at a higher angle, so I can't see the rest of you anymore.
That's how it should be. That's yes. Wise.
Can I eat? Is the food poisoned? Or
is the food poisoned?
or is it still here? If are you still alive?
I have terrible diarrhea. It's just no.
Poop joke count 11.
Do I need to roll for Constitution?
No, what's
don't
happening?
have a constitution.
The morning Constitution.
No, the food is I tell you what, you wonder if the food's poisoned.
If he ate it and he's still standing, I don't know how
he ate it. Yeah,
works.
He's fine. Yeah,
I don't know how
you ate it,
works,
it was absolutely delicious. It's like you said, it's a feast for a king.
Yeah, I'll just chow down.
All right,
I will do the same.
Okay, you'll eat your breakfast. Clement wakes up and he eats with y'all, and he goes, so it's about 7:30 now. What do y'all plan on doing? Do we want to go to this trial, or
seems
do we
like
want to go somewhere else?
We
don't have to go. We don't have to go, but
All right,
That's-
What
Yeah.
what if we all didn't go to the trial? What if we split our resources ever so slightly, and one or two of us could go investigate this murder, while the others go and bear witness at the trial?
that is a bad idea. Please continue.
What
Or
if
we could not.
we have one stay in the room with Brack. One stay in the room with Brack. The other three go get the gold. We split it, and then we look at the murder afterwards.
That's. Oh, go. Please go ahead.
That way we know if someone comes in the room, or I will draw a smiley face or a frowny face, and you will know what is going on.
That's a pretty good idea. We should probably leave our most deadliest of us all here, and just in case a fight erupts and we have to save Brack's life. Clement, are you fine with staying in the room?
Clearly the most deadly guy here, yeah.
Oh yeah, of
But
course.
the goldfish.
No, we might need his sorceress talents for later.
So asking Clement to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, of course. Okay, actually, I think what I may do is help Brack. I may help Brack help find this girl for y'all. So we have a few days. So I know that we had 3 days to deliver our goods, and we have, I believe, 2 days left. So before our next job appears, so we
Yeah.
I think it would be all right if y'all go to the trial, and me and Brack go see if we can find this Yana. Are you
Yeah.
okay with it?
Yeah, I'll pull Clement aside and just kind of, if keep an eye on him. If things go sideways, it's in our best interest to at least have something rather than nothing.
I have been listening to every word he's saying. I feel like he's speaking the truth, but he's hiding something else. So
Just don't let him go.
He is in a lot of trouble. There may be a bit more to it than we're aware of.
I agree.
All right, let's go watch some people get sentenced to death. Come on, Ed.
All right. So about this time, y'all see your scrolls. Y'all feel the magical vibration of being paged. You know what it means. So as you open them up, you notice that it says there's a scratched out for the looking for Brack. It's like an update saying Brack has been spotted in Goldwater, and that's about it. Still at large. The trial, it shows it's almost like I wouldn't say like a timer, but it's saying 30 minutes until the trial, and it's almost like you can kind of tell with your scroll that it's about to the 35 gold pieces. It's almost like if you're not there, it's gone. You can kind of start seeing the writing on it fade a little bit. So,
Yep.
Kind of like Back to the Future, where everything starts fading out on the picture.
No.
So
Money.
So Brack and Clement stay behind. They are going to be doing their thing, and then hopefully helping try to find this Yana.
Before I go, I do tell them about the mysterious man that I shouted at.
Okay, is this the same person? The same person that we saw at Camp Pyre?
I mean, he definitely looked and well, not looked, but he acted like him. He was when I shouted at him, he kind of like did a little, and then disappeared.
What did he look like? This is Brack speaking. What exactly did he look like? He was blonde haired.
What did he look like?
Yeah, he was blonde haired, elf looking, really high
Blonde haired,
cheekbones.
elf looking.
Did he give you a name?
No, yeah, he kind of just ran off and disappeared.
That's interesting. I've seen a bloke like that. I mean, there's so many, but what color cloak was he wearing?
What color cloak was he wearing?
It was gray.
Gray.
Gray cloak. Oh.
I thought it was blue.
Well, if I'll keep my, he go, Clement, we'll keep our eye out for that kind of guy, and see if because if he's looking for us, he's probably looking for me, looking to get some payment. Did he see you? Did he see you?
Oh, I mean, I assume so. I mean, he did take off quite quick. I thought he's, kind of in the mood to get in a tussle with me again after what happened last time.
Okay, well, I would expect y'all are going to be questioned after the trial. Expect the major to retain you for a little bit. So, just be warned that if he saw you, he knew you were with a job with me. So he gonna be thinking that I may have came back to you, which I did, which he may be pretty smart guy. So, but if we find him first, we might get some answers from him. He might know a little bit more than what he's leading on. I don't know who this guy is, but and you remember him, Hadrian, because you, if you remember, had an incident on your way out of Camp Pyre where you saw him, and then all of a sudden it was that same lady that you saw. You looked away, then looked back, and it was the lady that you saw that stole your gold. So but no one else knows this. It's only Hadrian knows this. Hadrian saw this.
Question.
So, yeah.
Now, just so I'm clear, the guy
at the bar, you saw him leaning on a tent while y'all were heading out.
And that's
right. You turned away, and when you looked back, it was a girl that you saw. If you remember, let everybody else know. Once Hadrian arrived in Vosh'ra, he was approached by a very elderly woman, and he he had suggestion casted on him to give her all of his gold, and he failed in his wisdom check. So he gave her all of his gold willingly and happily. Then an hour later, he was very upset that he did that. But he did notice that once the lady, the old lady walked off, she stood upright and then turned around, and Hadrian saw that it was a woman. Then Hadrian realized later at Camp Pyre, after he delivered the goods of his first job, that the gentleman at the bar was once again in disguise, I guess you could say. And he saw this man that saw the bar morph into whether it's illusion or whatever, morph back into this same lady and rode off. Hadrian's the only one that knows this. Continue, Hadrian.
And that's the same perhaps the same guy version that Oren saw out the window.
Yeah, after what he
Okay.
as the way he described to Brack, yes.
Okay. Still
Like
just gonna
Oren,
keep my
like
mouth
Oren
shut.
for a fact knew that it was the same guy at the bar.
I'm still just gonna keep my mouth shut on that.
Okay. So, go ahead. Ed.
The eye scroll. Do we have to? What relationship do we have to be able to send a message?
It's a new day. 3 messages are ready to be sent again. You just have to remember you have to put the name of the person and then send it. So,
Full name.
yeah, it's like a text. Then send.
Yeah, we have to like whisper it so you have to scroll.
That's right. You whisper it.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
scroll.
yeah.
The
Ip Stillwater.
now you have to write me a message.
Oren.
The owner of the bar, the Salty Dog, her name was Philly. Would I be able to ask her if she knew the guy that got kicked out, or
Well, that Salty Dog's at Camp Pyre. You're in Goldwater.
oh, so it's just by town?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That was a good, really good idea there, though.
We're out of cell range, basically.
Curse your AT&T.
I'm
And right.
roaming right now. I
And you
can't-
notice that
Roaming.
she didn't have a Runda on. So
I would like to ask Brack how to get to the judgmental place where they kill people. Or send it. Where we send
he pretty much tells you that it's in the center of town. The 2 tall spires. From where y'all are at now, it's probably a 5-minute walk. But basically, it's in the town center, and close to one of the spires. He tells you it's just really easy to find. I mean, it's not. You can't miss it. And the name of the place is. I'll let y'all know.
Judgmental Hall, where they kill people.
All right, so it is called. Give me a sec here. So many things.
Lakers Stadium.
Right, the Treasury House is the place where all your gold is stashed. Remember that. The Treasury House.
We could go get that.
Yeah, that's basically where that's where your vault is. That's basically created for you. So, okay, so let's see where it's at here. I believe it was called. Golly, sorry guys.
You're fine. I'm just sad it's not called the Judgmental Hall where they kill people.
No, it's not that. It's come on. Here we go.
The JHWTKP for short.
It's called the Seats.
The seats.
Yeah. Like a seat on a chair.
Fortunately, I don't think they have a seat for my size of people. Oh well.
So the major, just for everyone else here to get everybody caught up. The major is Major Tibbs Tideson. He's the half-orc male. He's the commanding officer of the Goldwater area. Remember, the dockmaster was Ishkavash, a high elf female, and then the places that you know of in Goldwater. especially along the Goldwater Bay, the docks. You know about the Slippery Eel, and you know about Tricky Spirits. Those are just local little taverns along the. There's a fresh market, kind of like a farmer's market, that's along the dock as well. That's a place called the Taste of Goldwater. The Treasury House is where your vault is, where basically all your gold is. What you earn is there at the vault. The place for, as y'all just now know, the place for kind of like the police station or the place for court martials or whatever, where the law is. Those are called. It's a place called the Seats.
And the Seahorse Saloon, where the papoose is.
The Seahorse Saloon was back in Kalan. That was back at the old dock.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hey,
That's where
real
y'all.
quick,
That's the land y'all came from. Go ahead.
it's getting late on my end. Just a heads up.
Okay.
In the future, it's later.
All right. So the I'll say right now is y'all have I would say this is probably a good place to end tonight. So y'all are already in the heading towards the Seats, and Clement and Brack are going to go see if they can find the young lady, the private, and do an investigation. See if they can find more information on where she might be hiding, or just who she is. Period. So
And the young lady's name was Yana.
Yana, Yanna.
Oh.
And I'll send y'all. I'll update your scrolls, so you have this information. So, but other than that,
You say update our scrolls. Where are those?
I think they were tabbed.
in roll 20, they have it in your tab. Do you have that?
I have Pantheon.
I don't have it actually.
Freeport. And then my character sheet.
Okay. Then
Nice.
I'll create. I think I thought I created one. I'll create one and make sure it's all in y'all's things. So,
Okay, thanks.
because you all should have the same one. So, but other than that, this is episode 1 of the Vosh'ra campaign. I want to thank you all, especially you guys, for coming, and we've had a bit of a history already, so which is good. But I'm very much looking forward to seeing where this goes. One gentleman couldn't join us today, so hopefully he'll be able to join us next week, next Friday. And but other than that, guys, y'all have anything to say? But you want to introduce yourselves?
I just want to say thanks for DMing. It's been a fun time.
Sure.
I love it.
I'm looking forward to it. Hope Doug can make it next week.
Oh yeah.
Me too. Doug is the one that actually plays Clement Cray. So just FYI. So I tried my best to act like him today, but anyway.
Oh, you did a spot on job.
Thank you.
For a second there, I wondered if Doug didn't get teleported in the future, just trade spots with you.
All right. Well, anything else, gentlemen, or we call it a night?
Woo!
That'll do.
All right.
All right, episode 2 coming soon.
Episode
Good
2
night,
coming next
Internet.
week. Yeah.
See you next Friday.
That's right. Thank y'all very much for joining us tonight, and don't forget to follow us. I think I'm on D Live, YouTube, Twitch, and something else, Mixer. So follow me, subscribe to me, whatever you can do in each one of those. we would we'd love to have you. So we'll see you next week. Thank you all.